Hi, so just a quick video today. I'm in my favourite spot, which is the recliner in the corner near the window. So much sun, it's gorgeous. I've lost my train of thought already. I should write notes or something. Anyway, I've just finished playing some piano, which I haven't done in probably about 4 years. Probably about 4 years between being a new mum and having issues there, and then the fibro. I haven't sat down and actually done a proper practice. Like I've sat down and sort of tinkered about and played a few chords and stuff, and then got bored, whatever. Something came up and I left. But I actually found some of my piano music and sat down and had a real good go at some of the songs that I was either practicing at the time or things that I'd played quite regularly. The thing that surprised me, not necessarily how much I'd remembered or not remembered or whatever, but what surprised me after this long was going back and seeing the music that I was capable of playing. I always have this view of myself as a musician that after so many years, I started when I was 8. I'm now 29, almost 30, so that's a long time playing piano. And I always thought that I should be much better than I am or that I was. And I probably should. After that many years of playing, I probably should have a larger and more complex repertoire up my sleeve. I should definitely have some more songs that I can play just off the top of my head. And maybe if I ever get back to playing regularly, that might be something I'll work on. But what surprised me was the songs that I had marked down as things I was working on, things that I played regularly, they at least looked, looking at them, not having read music for a good 2-3 years. It's been longer not playing piano, but I have played other instruments between that time up until probably about 2.5-3 years ago. But since stopping those instruments, I haven't really looked at sheet music at all. So when I first opened the book, it did take my brain a little while to go, oh yeah, I know what this means, I know what those notes are and stuff like that. And I was quite pleasantly surprised at how complex at least the music looked. I wasn't playing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star or anything like that. Like I was playing, some decent classical, well-known classical pieces that looked moderately difficult as far as classical pieces go, because they be crazy. Classical music be crazy. If you can play classical music on any instrument, if you can play classical music professionally, holy shit. Do I have to beep that out? I don't know. Anyway, some classical musics are insane. And these pieces of music that I was looking at and having a playthrough and stuff, and not by no means crazy, and by no means hard as far as standards for classical go. These are pieces of music that you get in a classical book that most people that have some piano classical history will have learnt to play. And for the length of time that I've been playing most of these songs, most people would have played these songs as learning pieces. At the big, not the beginning, but fairly early on, these pieces would be taught by a teacher. They're well known. They're not easy, but not, there's not a middle ground, but the common knowledge sort of pieces. So not at all bragging on my part about how difficult these were. These are not difficult pieces to play, but I was pleasantly surprised that it wasn't as simple music as I think I perceived it to be in my head at the time of really playing music, really playing the piano. And I didn't last long. My hands and my fingers, my arms and my back, my foot from the pedal, the use of the pedal, all hurt. And I didn't play very long at all, but I enjoyed it, and it's been a very long time since I've come away from practicing piano and honestly said that I've enjoyed it. So hopefully I'm on the path to maybe learning things that are enjoyable to me. On that note, I actually did go to the model shop. I was going there to get a mini paintbrush, like the teeniest paintbrush they had, because I am currently painting on leather armor to my D&D mini centaur, because my character has leather armor, light armor, and the centaur mini does not. Yes, I could have left it, but I didn't want to. I decided that I was going to do this, but the paintbrushes that I have were not small enough to get details like shadow lines and what are they called, rivet things. I don't do leather, so I don't know what they're called, but sorry if you do leather. But yeah, so I went to, can you tell this is off the cuff? I went to the hobby store near where I'm living at the moment to get a brush, and I decided that since I'm only in one D&D game and I really have started to enjoy painting minis, I would get a model. I used to do models with my dad when I was a kid. He's not the greatest teacher. He's not a very patient person. I wonder where I get that from. And so I didn't stick at it. It wasn't super enjoyable for me then, but I thought since I'm enjoying painting the minis so much that this might be something to enjoy. So I got the cheapest box vehicle thing that I could get, and I picked up some glue and the olive green. It's an old like MASH era medic Jeep model. I kind of like that. MASH is one of my favorite things to watch. One of my favorite shows, and so I got that. It was not very expensive. I got the army green, the olive green paint, some glue, and I got that today. So I haven't actually started it. I think I'm gonna finish my mini first, rather than starting another project. Like, I've got paints and stuff everywhere anyway already with my mini, so that's exciting. So yeah, I think I'm gonna work on trying to find things that I enjoy, and if I become obsessed with them, you know what, it's okay. As long as I do the other things that are necessary, doing, housework and making sure I attend appointments and, obviously the whole parent thing. As long as those are handled, and this, whatever obsession I'm currently doing, is not in taking away from that. I think it's perfectly fine to be obsessed about something, even if people think it's silly. It's one of the biggest lessons I've learned over the last year of being diagnosed with autism, is that adults can be really mean and really petty, and they, so what if people like nerdy stuff, D&D, or sci-fi, or unicorns and rainbows? Like, who cares? If adults aren't allowed to be overly joyful about things, and it's sad. I was so excited about going on an excursion with my daughter's class the other day because we're going to a farm thing. I'm not going to say where because privacy and all that. But, we're going to this farm thing. And I really like country stuff. Like, farms, I like the smell of the tack rooms and of hay, although I'm allergic to hay and to horses and to cows and all that stuff. I really enjoy things like that. And I was so excited, like jumping up and down, couldn't stop being excited. And the first thing that came into my head when I was that excited on the way there was, I have to stop because it's not appropriate. It's not. It's frowned upon by other adults to be that giddy with excitement over anything. And that made me sad. And I hope people in their lives can feel happy about stuff without having that thought. I'm not gutsy, so I probably will not show you that level of excitement around people. Not yet, anyway. Maybe I can get there. But if you're one of those people that really gets excited about something, that's so awesome. I hope, even if it's in the privacy of your room or with other friends that get stupidly excited about things, I hope you can express that excitement somehow. Anyway, that's all for now. See ya.